Workplace violence, a safety meeting video brought to you by weeklysafety.com. Let's get into it. Workplace violence includes a wide range of behaviors, from threats and verbal abuse to physical assault and even homicide. Violence or the threat of violence has no place at work, and recognizing the warning signs early is one of the most important steps in prevention. Workplace violence can involve employees, former employees, customers, clients, visitors, or individuals with no direct connection to the organization. It can happen inside the workplace, outside the building, or even off-site if work-related interactions are involved. If the behavior creates fear, intimidation, or harm, then it is considered workplace violence. Types of workplace violence. Workplace violence typically falls into one of four categories. When the workplace is simply the location where a crime occurs, this is violence with criminal intent. In these situations, the violence is not directed at a specific employee or the organization itself. Examples include robbery or other criminal acts involving unauthorized entry or unlawful behavior on the property. Customer-client violence is another category of workplace violence that happens when someone who has a current or past relationship with the organization becomes aggressive or violent. That could be a customer, client, patient, or student who reacts out of frustration, anger, or dissatisfaction, sometimes during a disagreement or service-related issue. Worker-on-worker violence includes situations where a current or former employee threatens, intimidates, or harms coworkers or supervisors. These incidents may stem from ongoing conflict, resentment, or personal grievances connected to the workplace or toward someone specific who works there. The final category involves personal relationships. In these cases, the person committing the violence has a personal connection to the intended victim and brings that conflict into the workplace. This can include domestic or relationship-related issues where the workplace becomes the point of contact. Warning signs. While not every incident can be predicted, many acts of workplace violence are preceded by warning signs. Increased anger, frequent outbursts, or an inability to manage frustration can be early indicators. Other signs may include aggressive gestures, clenched fists, intense staring, or repeated complaints about unfair treatment. Behavioral changes can also be more subtle. Withdrawal, depression, drastic mood swings, declining performance, or unexplained absenteeism may signal that something is wrong. Repeated threats, fixation on weapons, persistent unwanted attention toward a coworker, or regularly violating personal space should always be taken seriously. The presence of several warning signs together is often more concerning than any single behavior on its own. Speaking up matters. One of the biggest challenges in preventing workplace violence is hesitation to report concerns. People may assume it is none of their business, believe the behavior is just part of someone's personality, or worry they are overreacting. Others may not know where to report concerns or may fear retaliation. If you notice threatening behavior, repeated warning signs, or a situation that could escalate, report it to your supervisor or to human resources. You are not expected to investigate or decide how serious the situation is. Your role is to report what you see or hear so it can be addressed early. Speaking up gives your organization the chance to act before a problem turns into a crisis. Avoid profiling or making assumptions based on someone's appearance, background, or personal beliefs. Reporting should be based on observed behaviors and credible concerns, not fear or stereotypes. De-escalation. If a situation feels like it could become violent, your safety comes first. If possible, leave the area and alert a supervisor or follow your organization's emergency procedures. If you cannot safely exit, focus on de-escalation. Stay calm, listen without arguing, and use a steady, respectful tone. Avoid aggressive body language, and do not challenge or threaten the person. Active threats. The most severe workplace violence incidents involve an active threat where someone is attempting to seriously harm others. In these situations, quick decisions can save lives. If there is a clear and safe escape path, leave the area immediately and get to safety. If you cannot escape, find a secure place to hide where you can lock the door or block entry, stay quiet, and remain out of sight. As a last resort, when there is no other option and your life is in immediate danger, taking action to stop the threat may be necessary. This should only be done when escape and hiding are not possible. Final thoughts. To be clear, no one is expected to tolerate threats, intimidation, or violence as part of their job. You should not have to put up with someone else's anger, outbursts, loss of control, or unsafe behavior at work. Workplace violence prevention starts with awareness, respect, and a willingness to speak up. Recognizing warning signs, reporting concerns early, and knowing how to respond in high-risk situations all play a role in keeping everyone safe. Thank you for taking the time to be part of this safety meeting. Safety is a shared responsibility, and what you notice today can prevent harm tomorrow.